Hello, welcome to my channel, The Grape Jelly Library, where we love to talk about books. My name is Floss. Thank you for joining me. I always look forward to your visit. I'm on my way to work right now, so I won't keep you, but I wanted to get this video out before the week's end. As far as the weather is concerned, I'm at the point where it's chilly in the morning, it's chilly in the evening, but it's hot as blazes in the afternoon. So if you want to know why I have gone to drastic measures as no sleeve to jacket, that is the reason why. When it does get hot as blazes, I'm prepared. Anyways, let's get into this book. The book that I just finished reading is And a Hard Rain Fell by John Ketwig. I am so grateful that John found the strength to pen his story. I so much appreciate that. As we all know, it could not have been easy for these young men to go over into the jungle and fight this war that I feel was unnecessary and needless. According to the Department of Veterans Affairs, 8.7 million young men served in the Vietnam War. 3.4 million were deployed to Southeast Asia, and of those who served, 90,220 young men lost their lives. This is a very important book. This is a very important subject matter. John tells his story very vividly, very candidly. John takes us from the point where he was a high school student living the dream, freshly mowed lawns, nice muscle cars. People were proud to own such cars. It was a very easier, peacefuler time. And then this war came along in the American communities, and many young men were drafted. Well, that is exactly what happened to John. He was drafted and, against his will, sent off to war. Marijuana plays a huge part in a soldier's life, and this was at a time where it was highly illegal and unacceptable. But you know what? Who can blame? Who could blame a guy for wanting to escape that reality? So many things in this book are touching, and it's things we don't take the time to appreciate, things that we take for granted. Every day, John would X the calendar that he was that much closer to getting out of there, to going home or somewhere other than there. So he would X this calendar and stay pretty much high because it's his only coping mechanism. There were moments in this book where John even said he doesn't know how he would even fit into society again. He's a changed person. The things that he saw and the things that he had to do changed him so much so that he didn't even know his place in society anymore, if he were lucky enough to even make it back alive. Also, there's a part in the book where he tells a story that he was finally able to walk into a diner, order a cheeseburger and a fry and a milkshake. And as he was eating it, he began to cry, streaming tears down his face. And people were looking at him and like wondering what is his problem? What's wrong with him? But my God, just the simple act of eating a cheeseburger and some fries, knowing that one day you thought, I may never get to do these simple things again. And when it actually became his reality, he was overtaken with emotion. He also goes into detail about the treatment of soldiers in war and beyond. When he finally put his last X on that calendar, he was given a choice Where would you like to go? Your tour of duty has been served. Where would you like to go? The government was going to fly him out of there. Well, one thing led to another, and no plane was dispatched. There was nobody there at the airport to pick him up. So, in wet fatigues, dirty fatigues, wet socks, wet boots, there he sat with no money, nowhere to go, nothing to do. And then there was another like sergeant who saw him there and took pity on him because he was sleeping in the hallway. The sergeant said, "Come in my office. This is what we're going to do. You're going to sleep here for the night. In the morning, you go down to the cafeteria, you get yourself some eggs, some coffee, some juice, some toast, and then we're going to figure this out." Well, when John did what he was told to do, the official, military official that was on duty in the cafeteria recognized him not to be a part of any unit and really gave him the business and told him he better not see John's face in this cafeteria again. And I'm like, really? Really? After everything that John did for our country, knowing that John is one of you, that is how he is treated. It's atrocious behavior by one of his own. I don't get it. Somebody help me make that make sense. I don't get it. When John finally did get a plane out of there, it was a mail carrying plane. He did not even get to ride back in luxury. He had to drape his body over sacks of mail, lie on his stomach, which gets painful after a while, and make the flight that way. Make it make sense, because it just doesn't. I want to say that I love this book, but I I love this book not because of what John had to go through to tell his story. I love this book because John went through it and chose to tell his story. He chose to share this story with the world. So I'm thankful for that. I'm grateful for that, and I'm glad I read it. I actually should have read it a lot sooner, but it's one of those things that um, you don't know until you know, right? And then once you know, you're like, I wish I would have known then what I know now. But anyways, the bottom line is I am very glad that I read this book. I do highly recommend it. I do think that it is super important to take some time out of your reading and veer off and learn the experiences that our soldiers have gone through, and show appreciation for them. Be sure to thank them, salute them, take care of them, and just, listen. I think that's one of the biggest issues that we can do is with two open ears and a closed mouth, just listen to their stories, because a lot of these soldiers keep all of this bottled in. They have nowhere to go with it. They don't have the means to bring it all up again and put it out there. They're just not able to do that. And that's okay. But those of them who do and who can, I think it's super important that we listen to their stories. So, yes, I will always and forever highly recommend this book. If you don't know what to read, yeah, I would run out and I would get this one. It's an excellent book. Okay, so now I am off to work. Thank you for listening to me. Know that I love you. Don't let those bad days win. And when you dream, make sure you're dreaming big.